Hello, everyone. Jim Berenger here, NHLRumors.com, back again. Would love to hit that notify button, stay subscribed, give us a like as we talk about the New York Rangers and the move that they made to send Kakko to the Seattle Kraken for Will Borgen and a 2025 third round and sixth round draft pick. Look, Kakko was a healthy scratch on Sunday. We knew more changes were coming with the New York Rangers after they traded Jacob Trouba to the Anaheim Ducks. Kaapo's name was still out there. You had Chris Kreider's name that was leaked via the memo, along with Jacob Trouba, Chris Drury, the GM, making it known he wants to make changes, making it known that he feels that this isn't the mix that's going to get it done for the New York Rangers. And what do we see? Kakko goes to Seattle. Now, look, it's kind of ironic timing and coincidence. And while Kaapo didn't say that he requested a trade during his availability with the media, he didn't deny it either. They've had conversations about it. But again, it just feels like a get me out of here trade, because if you look at the return, you get a UFA defenseman. And yes, as we've reported, as Pierre LeBrun has stated, that they were looking for a defenseman. But if you were really looking for a defenseman, Rangers were looking to get Cam Fowler as part of that Jacob Trouba trade. They didn't. But you're telling me that was the best offer out there? Potentially just 2 picks, a third and a sixth in 2025 for a second overall pick if Borgen doesn't re-sign with the team. That seems kind of light, considering that Kirby Dach, the third overall pick, got traded for a first and a third to Montreal. And Montreal got that first when they traded Alexander Romanov to the Islanders. So the return doesn't seem that high. And we know Kaapo was not happy with the healthy scratch against the St. Louis Blues on Sunday. He made his opinion known and his feelings known to the media, that he felt frustrated. He wasn't happy. He didn't like that he's the one that's always taking the fall. He didn't like that the young guys always get picked on by the head coach. It seems like that's been the case from Gerard Gallant to Peter Laviolette now, that he's the odd man out. You go back to the years 2022 Game 6 against, the Tampa Bay Lightning, healthy scratch. Last year against Florida Panthers, healthy scratch. This year, St. Louis Blues. And when Laviolette says, we need some fresh legs, you really buying it with the play of Chris Kreider and Mika Zibanejad. So, again, he had the least amount of ice time against the Predators, and then the next day he's traded. Again, did he request one? We're probably going to find out that he did. He's not going to say anything because he's too classy of a guy to say it, but he was very frustrated with what was going on with the Rangers. And you don't blame him because of the mismanagement the Rangers have had with his development throughout the years, similar to Alexis Lafreniere. But a lot of Jeff Gordon's draft picks are out the door, from Elias Anderson to Vitaly Kravtsov. Now Kakko's out there. One of the guys that's only remaining is Alexis Lafreniere, and his trade protection doesn't kick in for a little bit. So if the right offer's there, you never know with Chris Drury these days. And the country club attitude is gone with this team. There's a lot of reports that there's a lot of dysfunction in the organization. There's definitely dysfunction in the locker room. It's a locker room problem now, similar to what we saw in Winnipeg. And then they cleaned it up, and I think they have to clean it up here with New York. And Kakko wasn't the problem, and he even said it. And again, he was just frustrated, and now he's going to get a chance to Seattle to show what he's got. But the Rangers aren't finished. They still have Chris Kreider that's still available, but he has a 15-team no-trade list. What are you going to do with K'Andre Miller? Teams are definitely calling about him. Is there potential? We know Edmonton has called about him. Maybe Vancouver looks at him. But if they don't trade him, do you bridge him? He's RFA. Do you just sign him to a qualifying offer and then move him next year? Mika Zibanejad, again, the money. He's got a full no-movement clause. Is he a player that gets moved? I mean, you would think they wouldn't move Adam Fox, but his trade protection is not as high and doesn't kick in till summer. So the contract situations with the Rangers are very interesting. Ryan Lindgren's a UFA as well. Potential for teams to look at him. He's probably not coming back. They're setting themselves up to do something big, as Elliot Friedman stated, in regards to what the Rangers are doing. Do they go after one of the big fish? Mikko Rantanen's still out there. Mitch Marner's still unsigned. Do they go after Brock Besser? He remains unsigned with the Vancouver Canucks, So that's a player that, could get something more for the Rangers, right? You move out a Miller, you move out a Kreider, you move out a Zibanejad. Moving out Kakko and Jacob Trouba aren't going to solve the problems of what the Rangers have right now. It's an organizational mess from top to bottom, from James Dolan all the way down into that room. And again, it started the time that they let Jeff Gordon and John Davidson go. And maybe sometimes, the rebuild plan was in place. Yes, Panarin signed. They got help with the getting into the bubble playoff because of the National Hockey League and where they were in the standings when the season shut down. But it's so weird to see a team that was looking like a chance to win a Stanley Cup, 2 wins away from Stanley Cup final against the Florida Panthers, and everything just come crashing down. The motivation isn't there. There's a soft mutiny going on in that room. Players don't like the GM, despite what reports have said. There's something amiss with this team right now, chemistry-wise. The players are not happy with the way Drury handled Gaudreau and Trouba. But it is a business, as Trocheck said. It is a business. But this team has a lot of pieces teams want. Chris Drury isn't afraid to make things happen. Something's going to have to give. If it is Peter Laviolette, you wonder if Chris Drury's the next guy out there. I mean, even Vinny Trocheck said to the media, Chris Drury's, managing for his job right now. That's pretty candid from players, but there's been a lot of honesty going on with this team recently. Players aren't happy with certain guys being named on the block. So the Rangers move out Kakko. Again, the return probably could have been better, but Kaapo probably wanted to get out of town. Just a change of scenery. Been playing in the top 6. It's only one game. We'll see how he progresses. But the Rangers have other options that they can do. Maybe they set something up. And what's strange is the return, because teams that called about, Kakko last year, he was potential in trade packages with Anaheim for Adam Henrique, Frank Vetrano. Could they have gotten a defenseman? What about Jack Eichel, guys like that? Jake Getzel, we heard as well. Now you look at it, they valued him, but to give him away pretty much for nothing, again, it comes to the point of maybe he just wanted out. Jim Berenger, NHLRumors.com. Again, click that subscribe button to stay notified. Give us a like on the video. Hope everybody has a great holiday. We'll be back for another Rumors video real soon. Take care.